Well, what we discovered is years back, Mitt Romney put up $10 million in seed money for a private equity firm for his family. And that firm was in partnership with Hig Capital, a larger firm. And then Hig Capital, in July 2011, bought up the second largest voting machine company in the United States, and that is Hart Intercivic. So Romney's partners, investment partners, which include people who worked with him at Bain Company, where he was CEO, and two are major fundraisers for Romney. They now control the board at Hart Intercivic. Essentially, it's a wholly owned subsidiary of Hig Capital. And more importantly, they will be counting the votes in Hamilton County, which is the key swing county in Ohio. So as Hamilton goes, so goes Ohio, so goes America. This is a clear conflict of interest to have a presidential candidate with a partnership in a company that owns a vote counting machine company, Hart Intercivic.
We are organizing a monitoring effort at the polls in Hamilton County, where the votes will be counted on Hart Intercivic machines, which are owned in part, invested in part by the Romney family. How do we have an election in this day and age where one of the candidates has a financial interest in the voting machines that are going to determine the outcome? What more do we need to know?
Hi, I'm Mary Beth Brangen.
And I'm James Heddle.
We're the co-directors of EON, the Ecological Options Network.
The quest for a sustainable future depends on the right to vote and to have that vote counted. In fact, the right to vote and to have that vote accurately counted is the foundation of all other rights.
That right requires a fair and transparent election process where voters verify the results.
That's why, since 2004, we've been working with our friends investigative reporters Bob Fitrakis and Harvey Wasserman at the Columbus Free Press to produce a series of video reports and documentaries about election integrity.
And the danger to it posed by privately owned, easily hackable electronic voting machines programmed with secret proprietary codes.
Now, Bob and Harvey and Gary Bello, their associate, have broken what may be the biggest story of this election year.
It's not just that Hart Intercivic owns the voting machines. Hart Intercivic, out of Austin, Texas, has the contract to program and maintain the machines, including the vote counting tabulation, according to Hamilton County records.
I just got an email today. We are being told, stop doing this, stop reporting on this. You're depressing people. People won't come out to vote. Well, why would you bother to come out to vote if the electronic voting machine is going to flip your vote anyway? And we have been very successful, by the way. In 2004, nobody was talking about this. Bob Fitrakis and I at Columbus Free Press were virtually the only ones, along with Howest and the black box voting. I mean, the people doing this, you could count on the fingers of one hand. And we were dismissed as conspiracy theorists, and we were attacked most rabidly by the Democratic Party.
What they usually do is they call us conspiracy theorists. The problem they have now is Forbes.com, of Forbes magazine, is on our side, has documented this. Investors Daily News of Wall Street and Business Insider of Wall Street have also verified it, as has the UPI. So the conspiracy now, which involves the major components of Wall Street, is getting a little large, even for the Democratic and Republican parties, to assure that the votes are safely counted. The conspiracy is massive, in their words. So they're in huge trouble now. How do you explain that a company directly tied to your presidential candidate is counting the votes secretly?
So the realities of it are this. We are here to protect what's left of American democracy. which isn't much, but there is some. The two primary methods of stealing this election, and most other elections certainly to come, are number one, to disenfranchise large numbers of people, what we call the Jim Crow and Juan Crow laws that have been put in place by the Republicans to restrict the vote. The Brennan Center at New York University has calculated that voter ID laws alone would cause 10 million people to lose their franchise. This is, of course, more than enough to turn any election, and of course the disproportionate numbers of victims are on the side of the Democrats, and so this alone could turn the upcoming election. And number two, to rig the electronic vote count.
The problem here is for-profit private companies that are raising funds for any of the presidential candidates should not be secretly counting the vote.
I want to emphasize here that we are not gloom and doom prophecies here. We are pointing these facts out, not to depress people. Of course, it's depressing, but if we don't get these things corrected, we're going to lose our democracy.
We want to help our friends at freepress.org get this story out in a video report about the election in Ohio. Ohio is the swing state that has been key to winning the White House in all previous elections.
Please contribute to help us get out this message and have Eon do the filming and the other work that we need done to get the word out about protecting our democracy in 2012 and making sure that there are no more stolen elections.
Please support this effort. It's one of the most important things happening to preserve democracy. Don't let democracy die an electronic death. Don't let them kill the last remnants of freedom. Donate today.
Please help us raise the $6,000 we need to make this collaborative project happen.
Please contribute whatever you can to help us defend democracy in the United States.